Well, good morning, YouTube. Hope you've had a fantastic week out there. It's been lovely here in Echuca in Australia. Had some really nice weather. Got some sunshine and some butterflies out. So enjoying, you know, the change of season at the moment. There's a little bit of a thaw on, and yeah, it's been very pleasant. And wish I could say the same about the trading, but this week's been a little bit funny. I will. Well, I woke up this morning to a little bit of an odd occurrence, and I'll explain that as we get into that part of the trading with the MT4 platform. But before we do, just a quick disclaimer. This is not any general or personal financial advice, and we don't take any liability or for any losses or, really any wins that you may incur from following what we do here on this channel. This is merely a video journal about the trading and how it's going on its way. I think we've probably got one viewer out there. I don't know if people are coming back and reviewing this kind of stuff, but it's material and it's out there, and it's really what's happening. So let's get under the way. And first things first, off to our trading game. Anybody that's picking this up for the first time, go and check the link in the description. This is our little trading ladder. It's a bit like Groundhog's Day here. I'm sitting on top, still making trades, still making plenty of trades actually. And I think I'm going probably long and just focusing on money management with doing a trade in Bitcoin. I've got one of the exotics, the South African Rand against the US dollar. One of the majors, the Aussie against the Japanese yen, probably the most uncommon traded in the trading game, just because it's not a US dollar pair. Most of them are US dollar pairs. And I think I'm in gold as well. All long positions, and I'm just focusing on money management. At this point, I only have a risking $300, which I think is, just 0.5%, to make $600. So it's a 1 for 2. And it's just treading water at the moment. Things are going sideways, and I think that kind of reflects what's happening as well. I'm really, really surprised that things just haven't fallen into a heap still, especially with COVID still lingering on. So Sophia, I think she's held on to a bit of her cash. She had a bit of a big gamble last week, and it ended up paying off. And Benjamino is he's fluctuating as well. He was back up around the 10,000 mark, licking at the heels of Sophia when she was down around the 10,000 mark as well. And Benny looks like he's at 6.5. I'm still in 4 open trades actually, and it's really just not doing anything. So little bit of Groundhog's Day here for the trading game. If anyone wants to join our little league, it's only a very little league, but by all means jump on. It'd be great to have a little bit more involvement in that. G'day Benjamino. I can see he's just posted something in the live stream chat. Hope you're enjoying the morning. Now we've been chatting, so hope you're still enjoying it, bud. So off to our actual trading and a little bit of an update. Woke up this morning to see the EVZ dip below our 7.5, so stopped here. I may expect this tomorrow to kind of pop back up. That's generally what happens. It kind of goes down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But with no volume, especially if it stays below the 7.5, we won't be making any trades. So that's my kind of cutoff point, but it's good for me because now I can get up early and I can start testing these virtual machines and making these builds, as I was showing you a little while ago with ANZ's or ANZ's auto tester for the no-nonsense 4x algo tester. So that is what's happening this morning. Also, well, look, I don't think we've got too much happening. We've got an employment rate with the Australian dollar. I really do have to go back through the no-nonsense Forex critical news for the major pairs and actually have that off to the side so that I can go, hey, these are the ones that I'm worried about, and and we can go through and check them, because right now I'm just kind of shooting in the dark. I think I remember from the videos that the Aussie dollar, like the Aussie dollar pairs, these are important. But for US dollar, there's not a whole heap. I think there was like non-farm payroll. I've got no idea with the pound or the yen. This is just a tentative one here too. So anyway, that's another thing for me to do this week. I'll throw that on the list when I get up, if there's no trades, to actually do a little bit of work as that goes. But on to our MetaTrader. And last week, I think we had a few trades. So I think we're going back to when? Like the 8th. So first and 9th. So here's the 8th. So we made some trades here. We stopped out, I think, on the US dollar Swiss. So let's just go have a look at that one. So here we made a trade on the 8th, just here. This is a long trade. So we got the signals. Yep, enough volume. Then the very next day, bam, we got an exit signal. So we got out of that trade, and that was actually damn good we got out of that trade. Our exit indicator worked on that one because it continued to slide down. So we would have definitely hit a stop loss. That probably saved us $100, which was great in our risk. So very nice. And then we had these ones. So we entered into a pound New Zealand trade, and these were weird. These were actually really weird. So pound New Zealand, we entered in on the 9th. So that was, we're here. All good and well. So everything's looking good for us. Now our ATR at that point, what was that? 134. So 134 pips, 1,344 points. But we're wanting to go on pips because that's how we trade with the daily. So I set a stop loss, and anyone that's following the no-nonsense Forex system can go and have a bit of a look at this. The idea is to set a stop loss at 1.5 times the ATR when you enter a trade. So I set it, I think, I can do a quick calculation, but I remember it was about 190 pips. So that's this one here, which was good. And then we had a stop, and then we had a take profit. So we had to take profit, which is 1 ATR. So that's 134 pips, which worked. So we got 1 ATR because I am risking 1% of my account on each trade. So the idea is that when you've got a trade entry, you open up 2 trades. So you can see this one and this one here. One has a take profit and one you let run. Okay. So you can see that our stop losses, well, this is a bit of the funny thing actually, because my stop loss is set at 195 pips on this particular trade, which is 1.5 times the ATR. And I am risking 1% of my account. And I can go into my trade terminal. Let me just show you really quickly how this works. Okay, so when I go and make a trade, I go into this trade terminal. Yep, no worries. So we open up this. Oh, yeah, anyway. Oh, I'm going to have to give this a restart too, aren't I? Because that's a pain in the neck. Anyway. Oh, this is having a bit of a hard time rendering even. Come on, come down. Right, so we wanted to trade the Aussie Japanese yen, right? We go new order, and we were wanting to buy order. So I go percentage of balance, which is 1%, because I'm just wanting to trade 1%. It automatically calculates it. Then I go my stop loss and I put a pip stop loss in. So for this trade here, which was this one, I would have put 190 pips and then a take profit of 130 pips because that was 1 times the ATR. So anyone that's done the no nonsense Forex trading will be able to keep up with this because the ATR was 130 when we entered the trade and I put 1% of the balance. So that's fine. Okay. So the very first one worked, and just to get out of this, I go back here. Okay. Trade, close down my data window and I'll go back into my sets. Okay. So this one worked. Okay, the take profit executed on the 10th of the 9th, and I got my 1 ATR. All well and good. So these ones I let run. Now I entered in a second trade here on the 10th, and we can go back and have a bit of a look at this one too. What's that? The pound Swiss. So here on the 10th, so I get up, go bang. Here's a big, nice big signal. We've got our ATR here. That was 105, so that's good. So we've got about 150 on our stop loss, right? Anyway, something really odd happened here. You can see these timestamps at 23 minutes past midnight on the 14th, which was yesterday. So it was 23 minutes past midnight yesterday, and that was when I wasn't even on here because I only trade when the candle's about to close on the daily. So hang on, hold on with me here because I haven't modified these. I haven't even opened my MetaTrader. This one was just trading along. You can see how this one was in a trade and it was just running. We haven't got an exit signal. I haven't got anything. I wasn't even on at this time to actually trade. And with our other one, the pound New Zealand, jump in here. This was nice. Like this was kind of like, it was flatlining, but we don't know if it's going to keep going down. All right. So I was had a nice little profit on here. Now for some reason, all of a sudden, my stop loss got moved and I can't even find like in the journal here, I can't find anything that tells me what happens, like where it was modified. This was so weird. So there's definitely something's happened here, and you can see that my stop losses, like on an actual shorted trade, should be higher than my entry price, because if I'm selling these, then I want the price to go down, not up. If the price goes up, that's where I set my stop loss. So this should be, my stop loss should be a greater number than these three here, and that's how I enter my trades. And you can definitely see it's a sell order. I put 1% and then I put the amount of pips. So something's happened to modify my order, all three of them, 1, 2, 3, because you can see they are all executed at exactly the same time. And these all, the stop losses are now in front of my entry price. And then obviously it's kind of hit a spread price and it's exited the trades. So these trades right now, and you can see that the price that I exited was 192215 on the pound New Zealand. Well, the price right now is 1.9166. I would have actually made more. This thing's running lower. This thing's running lower than when I entered, it's well lower. So I should have had more money. Let's have a look at the pound Swiss. This is 1.643. 1.643. So I should actually have more money in these trades as well. So something's happened to modify my 3 orders at this time, and then it's exited. Now, I don't know how this has happened. I had auto trading clicked on, so I don't know if there's been something with that where it's automatically shifted my order or what's happened, but I can guarantee I wasn't even awake at this time. My computer would have been off. Very, very strange. So I am not too sure. I've got no idea what would have happened with these orders. Now, I might actually send an email to CMC Markets, but I'll be very honest about this. I've sent a couple of emails to CMC Markets and they haven't gotten back to me. So I'm not feeling really good about using them as a client. Anybody out there, you know, I know that a lot of the no-nonsense Forex traders are using Oanda. So I may switch over to that one because I don't know what the hell happened here. I don't know if I've accidentally, because I've got enable automated trading, something's come along and then changed these orders for some reason. But hell, that was so weird. So to wake up this morning to see, okay, am I going to have to modify my trades? And then all of them were actually, I go into my trades and they've all disappeared. All my open trades have disappeared. So very, very weird. Some gremlins in the system. If anybody kind of knows or has a clue as to what might have happened, yeah, do let me know. Because that was really odd and something that hasn't happened to me yet. And something I sure as hell don't want to happen again. Because I don't want to open back up these trades now. I mean, they could keep going, but now I've got to worry about the spread. So I'm going to lose some money if I open these trades back up. Very, very strange. So some gremlins in the system. Definitely gremlins in the system. Don't know if it's user error. Don't know if I've accidentally hit a setting or something that's made it auto trade. But anyway, I thought that was it. I didn't even bother looking at the other pairs this morning because I don't want to enter into any new trades. Like the volume's below 7.5. That was a bit of an eye opener. So something I may have to actually ask the Discord forum because that was very odd. Anyway, thought that might be a little bit of an interesting kind of thing. I am going to, when I'm getting up at, what am I getting up at? 6:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time to have a look at these trades. I'm going to start using that time to build on the virtual machine. So I'm looking forward to showing you guys a little bit more of that next live stream. That'll be very cool. We'll see what happens with the volume. See if we're actually going to stay in these. Keep doing this. But anyway, I found that just this very, very odd. A little bit disappointing. Like we're still in a profit, which is nice. Anytime you're still in a profit when you're trading foreign exchange is good. So anyway, I think if I go on about it anymore, we'll just kind of be circling. So we will leave that there, and I will kick on with this build this week. Maybe even do a couple of tests, and then we're back into testing again. So stay tuned, guys, if there's anyone following this, because that's going to be very interesting to see what happens with some back testing and forward testing. That could be the missing link. So stay tuned, and we will check back in again on the Tuesday next week. Have a great one, guys, and continue to go and get it. Cheers.